made to make a difference. But if we do not pursue the mission for which God designed and gifted us, we will find a substitute. We cannot live in the absence of purpose. Without an authentic mission, we will be tempted to drift on autopilot, to let our lives center around something that is unworthy, something selfish, something dark, a shadow mission. Later on, we'll learn how to identify and battle both our own shadow missions and the shadow missions of the organizations or teams we lead. But for now, I want to underscore just how serious this topic is. When our lives deteriorate into the pursuit of a shadow mission, the world loses. Shadow missions are what we foolishly pursue while the world goes to hell. You may scoff at the idea that your shadow mission has any bearing on the larger world. Our eyes remain veiled to the ultimate consequences of our choices, but the Bible tells many stories in which God reveals what the bitter end can be of a shadow mission: death, and the joyous reward of fighting that shadow mission: life. We now turn to one of the classic stories. Shadow missions of epic proportion. The book of Esther is, among other things, an epic story of missions and shadow missions and how they're woven into the great mission of God. Each character in the story has a choice between a mission and a shadow mission, and as they choose, destinies are formed and the world is changed. We'll look at 4 characters in particular: King Xerxes, Esther, Haman, and Mordecai. King Xerxes. Our first character is King Xerxes. His kingdom extended over 127 provinces, from Asia Minor all the way down into Africa, then across to northern parts of India. Although Xerxes was immensely powerful, he was not an admirable character. The writer of Esther uses skill, satire, and exaggeration to give us a picture of an ostentatious king who wants to show off his greatness, but in fact has no inner strength of character and constantly needs other people to help him make up his mind. The story begins with the king at a 180-day banquet. 6 months of serious partying. 3 banquets are described in the first chapter alone. One way to divide the book up is as a series of banquets. As the writer puts it, for a full 180 days, Xerxes displayed the vast wealth of his kingdom and the splendor and glory of his majesty. Following that feast, King Xerxes throws another party for the whole capital that is open to common people. The text says, "Wine was served in goblets of gold, each one different from the other, and the royal wine was abundant, in keeping with the king's liberality. By the king's command, each guest was allowed to drink with no restrictions, for the king instructed all the wine stewards to serve each man what he wished." No restrictions, no restraint, unlimited, and everyone drinks from uniquely designed goblets of gold. On the 7th day, when King Xerxes was in high spirits from wine, he sends for the queen Vashti. He's been showing off his possessions. Now he wants to show off his ultimate possession, his wife. What do you think he wants to show them about her? Her brains? "Vashti, darling, why don't you come and entertain my guests by solving some math problems?" Her sense of humor? "Vashti, tell us some jokes." No. He wants Vashti to come in order to display her beauty to the people and nobles, for she was lovely to look at. Then an extraordinary thing happens. Vashti says no. Come parade myself before a drunken mob after 7 days of Miller time? I don't think so. She says thanks very much, but she would just as soon take a pass and stay home to wash her hair. You would think the king might realize what an awkward position he put her in, but you'd be wrong. Then the king became furious and burned with anger. Vashti has threatened his shadow mission of impressing a nation. She has made him look weak, and that always provokes a deeply emotional response. So Xerxes turns to experts in matter of law.